So the moral of the story is this, in case you weren't listening or paying attention. If you choose to get head while driving, do not close your eyes like an asshole.
This happens far too often in movies.
Listen, man, pull that bitch over, and if you can't maintain sight, then you need to get off the road, pal.
Yeah, he was wrong.
Yes.
But the people that was the oncoming traffic, how they ain't see what
that's what they were talking. It's funny you say that. They were probably the more egregious offenders because they had no excuse. He at least had some excuse. And they was just talking shit like this.
Listen, that's what I'm about to say. That brings me to that brings me to my final point. Why do people take their eyes off the road for such an extended period of time in movies?
Right.
I've never just been doing this and talking to somebody. That's crazy to me. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Cynicism. I'm Eric.
It's your boy Dante, man, and today we're going to be doing a review on Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead is a Netflix original starring all kinds of people. It's zombies, of course. Yeah. Basically, the film stars with a military unit transporting some cargo that they don't know what it is. They're transporting it to Area 51. An accident happens. The cargo, of course, spills out, and it ends up being a zombie of some sort.
Unlike a lot of other zombie movies, this is not a worldwide or even a countrywide issue. It's limited to Las Vegas, which is interesting enough.
Is interesting.
But they've been able to contain it. It's a very isolated type of zombie movie, but it's one of the worst places you could ever think about a zombie attack because it's so heavily populated. Yeah. And this looked like pre-COVID Las Vegas. Like motherfuckers was out there.
Then we learned that I guess the government plans on dropping a nuclear bomb just to eliminate the threat entirely.
If it ain't nukes, they don't have no solution. That's like their automatic plan. Just, well,
I mean,
gotta nuke the shit.
What can you do?
Right. They had sent in an airstrike or several airstrikes. I don't know how these zombies was able to take down these airstrikes. That didn't make any sense to me.
Zombies, bro.
If they're not anything else, they're resourceful.
Zombies.
So motherfuckers might have been able to build some type of Tower of the Dead.
Zombies are as smart and as powerful as the story needs to be. This wealthy businessman, tycoon, whatever, he has money, $200 million in Vegas that he wants to recoup before they send this nuclear bomb out there and destroys everything. At least that's what we're told at the beginning of the movie.
I already knew something was up with him because he had said that he was already reimbursed. It was like casino money or something. So the insurance company had already reimbursed him for his $200-something million. That concept alone, I knew something was up with him from the jump. So they have to leave the quarantine zone and go back into zombie populated Vegas. Everybody that's doing it pretty much got nothing to lose. I mean, what the hell? Batista's character is also trying to rekindle a relationship with his daughter. So I think he's trying to go out there and get the money so hopefully he can give to her.
Yeah, he was going to give his whole portion to her. At least he made it seem like.
Yeah, right.
Scott Ward, the main character. There's a lot of characters in here, but the primary character of the movie is Scott Ward. He gets hired by this guy to recover this $200 million. And he gets to choose his own team. I guess for his core team, he picks members that he had worked with previously. They're like his close friends. Recruits them, and he's gonna like give them what, $15 million each?
The number got decreased. I think it's like the more he knew you, the more money you got. But some of these people was getting like $100,000.
Yeah, the three of them, the top three were gonna get $15 million each.
Right. I was like, man, this number is getting lower and lower. The more he meet people, like, God damn.
Then he also recruits he finds this guy who I guess whose expertise is like safe cracking because they'll need him in order to get the money from the safe. So he takes him on as well. He finds this helicopter pilot that's working like as a mechanic at some place or something.
Right.
She's some of like the comedic relief in the movie. I guess there's a couple of people that are, but she was probably one of the funniest ones to me.
I mean, for the most part, it's a team of hired guns, seemingly mercenaries. But like Eric was saying, some of these people have to have a certain set of skills because the money is in a safe vault. So they need a safe cracker. Then they need a helicopter person to escape. This was really a suicide mission. They're not going in there with a helicopter because it's like restricted airspace or something like that. They have to get to this helicopter. They don't even know the condition of it. And when they reach it, it's pretty fucked up. So many things could have went wrong along the way is what I'm saying. And then you got the zombies.
It's funny you mentioned suicide mission because this definitely reminded me of Suicide Squad.
1000%.
but way better.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I guess his daughter Kate comes along. Oh my God, her dumbass friends.
Oh.
There's means to get out of the quarantine zone to go back into Vegas. I think because it's money and resources there, so people use that as a means to try to get out these camps. I don't know why they can't leave, but okay. One of her friends who has 2 children goes into the camp but never comes out. His daughter facilitates it so she comes on this trip because she's mad that her friend is in there, and she was like, "My friend has 2 kids. We can't just leave her in there." Your friend knew she had 2 kids when she went in there. That whole aspect of her trying to look for her friends added a whole new element to this shit that if it wasn't there, at least some people would have fucking
She
made
got
it.
at least 3 people killed.
At least. At least. I mean, she's an adult. She made her own choices. What the hell? I don't like stuff like that. And then she got mad at the girl that took her in there. Like, you knew she had 2 kids. Listen, she knew she had 2 kids. That was such a stupid plot point, man.
That actually pissed me off.
Me too.
You want to talk any more about the characters, or can we get to the key moment?
I guess that hella sketchy dude that they knew was sketchy I don't know why they didn't pop this nigga. Like, I get it, humanity, but fucking get him out of here, dude. He won't trustworthy from the jump. You knew he was like, up to no fucking good.
Especially right after old girl got killed.
Right.
Like, and you know that he like intentionally left her behind.
Right.
So you just gonna just let that slide?
Yeah.
And then you gonna trust him for the rest of the mission?
Right. Everybody suspected him, but it was just like, yeah, everybody.
They just let him just, yeah, I don't trust that guy.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, where's the money?
He wasn't even trying to hide the fact that he was untrustworthy. His face eyes,
was so,
right,
so sketchy.
Hey guys, nigga, who are you, man?
What is that face? I mean, it's accurate though.
One of the main things that I did appreciate about this movie, because zombie movies are overabundant. You've seen this story a million times. This is the first time that I've ever seen, and maybe you could speak to this, where they tried to give them some type of central intelligence. They almost had this kind of hive mentality and this this very primal way of communicating. They weren't just ravenous freaks. The ones that they encountered, they had a society. It was like the way that they set things up, it was a hierarchy, and they definitely had some type of communication. You could reason with them in a sense.
I have seen how it's like different categories of zombies within like the same world before.
Right.
So it was cool to see that again, but that particular aspect I hadn't seen before either, where it's like a hierarchy like you explained. Also, just the location in general. I don't recall seeing like a zombie movie of this magnitude like based in Vegas before. I thought that was a very interesting location that I had never even considered before.
Me too. Vegas is so visually appealing, man. And it's a lot of fun set pieces that you can think about in a place like Vegas. So once I found out that that's where this movie was going to take place, I got really excited because I was like, man, they going to get some cool shots in here. And they definitely delivered on that.
They did.
Like seeing some shit in the casino and all of that. It was a lot going on, man.
Yeah. The only thing that would have made it better for me, what I would have preferred to see was just, I guess, the zombie attack in current Vegas. You know what I mean? Before it got like obliterated. That would have been wild.
That would have actually been crazy.
Like just on a regular night on the strip or something.
What they showed in the montage, if that was the movie, then this would have been crazy. Because I'm not going to lie, that looked at least a lot more action-based interesting to see how people were navigating through there.
Yeah, budget and stuff probably had a lot to do with why they couldn't do that. But I think that would be a dope movie to see.
Me too. You know what I would have also liked to see? Just for some cool shots, if this would have took place at night, like with Vegas lit up, because of course...
And that's what I was visualizing.
That's what I'm saying. And of course, you know, where they're at now, it makes sense, electricity not really pumping through the city like that. But to your point, if they would have did that while Vegas was active, man, you could have got some visually cool shit going on. You know, man, the acting in this was solid. Listen, there were parts in here where I was like, well, that's more acting than I would expect for this type of movie, especially like with Kate and Batista.
Batista, man, he all right.
Yes.
Like as an actor, I haven't really gotten to see much. I wouldn't expect to see the range from him in a movie like this.
Yeah, just looking at Batista, you probably wouldn't think that he'd be able to deliver that stuff. Of course, he's built like an action star, but yeah, it was cool to see he had a sensitive side and stuff like that. It certainly adds to a dynamic of a movie like this. Even though his daughter was pissing me off,
really was pissing me off.
Oh my God,
she was like
annoying.
The most hateable character.
Yeah, oh my God,
in the whole shit. She was more hateable than the piece of shit dude that was on their team. You understood his motive, like why he was doing the shit he was doing.
She was very short-sighted and being very selfish with this dangerous, extremely dangerous situation that they were in. It's like, I understand your friend is missing and you care, but there's a team of people that have a job to do. And he was like, bro, you could, any misstep, you could get people killed.
Yeah, you depend on us to protect you.
Right. How'd you feel about the visuals in this movie?
The CGI was a little shaky, to say the least. I'm being generous right now. I mean, for a Netflix original movie, honestly, is what I would expect. It's no worse than what I would typically expect from like a movie like this. I'm not looking for a big budget action movie quality.
Some of the practical effects on these zombies look really good. They kind of had a certain offset to them that it looked almost alien in some of these people, and especially with that queen. I thought that tiger looked really cool. Like, at least conceptually, however you felt about the CGI, which I personally thought looked decent enough.
Yeah, but the tiger was probably the best looking thing.
Yes.
Did anybody kill that tiger?
Nigga, fuck no. That tiger out here, man.
Oh, well, the nuke, I guess.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But there you go. Nobody. And speaking of which, hey, man, movies like this, you be knowing that the piece of shit gonna get his comeuppance. Oh. This is probably one of the more satisfying, brutal comeuppance you gonna get. The guy that's meant to be hated, he catches it. He catches it for real from that tiger. And I thought it was over. It's like it never ended.
You know that scene was
long. The Revenant? Yeah.
That's all I could think about.
I was like, damn, this shit's still mauling this man? Bro, then they showed him and like his neck was fucked.
I wish more characters I hated got killed like that. Because there's been characters that I hated way more than this dude that ain't getting nowhere near.
That's what I was like, man, I ain't think he deserved all
like after the first Maul, I was like, all right, you got him. You got him.
These zombies were, at least that alpha dude and that tiger were extremely strong.
Yeah, they was old.
They was knocking niggas the fuck out. The tiger did like one swipe. It ain't even look like he even did remotely any strength. And he just jettisoned into this car. I'm like, oh fuck. What else had me tripping was when he actually called the dispatch about the cargo, and she was talking to him like a normal person, like a normal operator, you know, real professional. She's like, all right, well, okay, how's the payload? And he was like, yeah, the payload is compromised. She's like, all right, you need to get the fuck out of here. Bro, you need to get the fuck. Like, you need to take your team. You need to motherfucking go.
And when they were leaving so
way too slow. Like, what?
And then when they got away, after they saw this dude attack and kill everybody, he was like, oh yeah, I think we're far. I'm like, how you 10 yards away? And why they didn't take the truck? Like they walked away off to the side of the
Get in the car. What the hell? Who goes running into a field out in fucking Nevada somewhere? You got fully functional trucks.
Only one vehicle got destroyed.
Right. I swear to you, the moment where she said get away from the payload, 5 people approached it. They were like, what's that?
Payload?
Dude, get the fuck out of there.
Like, yeah, she said get out of there, guys, or whatever. I don't know. Or don't. I don't give a shit. So, Army of the Dead. I thought the movie was fun. Obviously not the best zombie movie I've seen. I thought they had some very interesting and creative concepts in here that I haven't seen explored before. Overall, I'm going to give Army of the Dead it's a 6.5. It's a 6.5 for me.
I actually enjoyed this movie, man. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't go into it with really any expectations. And then this zombie concept thing is something that you've seen a billion times. But this movie did manage to do some things different. There was new stuff in here that I honestly never seen. I thought the Vegas set pieces was cool. The acting was surprisingly better than what you would probably expect. The plot is, you know, it's paper thin. It don't really make a lot of sense, but the characters did enough to carry it. The action was good enough, and I thought it was cool, man, honestly. So I'll give this a 7. All
right, y'all. Thanks for tuning into our review of Army of the Dead. Hope y'all enjoyed that. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And if you have any suggested content you'd like for us to review, don't forget to drop a comment below.
Absolutely. And if you have seen Army of the Dead, please let us know what you thought about the movie. How do you feel like this stacks up in terms of zombie movies, recent or zombie movies of the past as well? How do you feel like this stacks up in recent Zack Snyder films as well? We'd like to know that also.
Do you think he overused or underused slow motion in this movie? Because you know that's always going to be a topic of debate. I don't think anybody ever says he underused it. So...
We appreciate y'all.
Peace.